Welcome to the new seasons of Star. This is Terry White with Star Cotton. This is our project, the Sunny Beach Bag. The complete instructions can be found on Star's website. The new and improved Star Cotton machine quilting thread combines extra long staple Egyptian cotton with 21st century processing techniques to create a cotton thread with exceptional sewing and quilting performance. There's improved elongation, there are 1,200 yards, and it's a really great price, and there's over 105 new colors with 32 new designer colors. We have them in multicolors and in solids, and these are the threads that we're using in our project today. So the first thing I'm going to do is trace the design on my fabric, and then I'm going to hoop my fabric. I have a non-woven medium stabilizer underneath the fabric, and the fabric is an open weave linen. To hoop, I put the small hoop on the top, and the large outer hoop goes on the bottom. And I usually stand up. And I'm going to center the sun, and then I just press down and then I tighten it up. So for machine setup, you want an embroidery needle, bobbin thread in the bobbin, and you want to lower your top thread tensions so that you have free flow of the top thread, and the bobbin thread will pull it to the back. So I have a open toe darning foot on the machine, and I'm going to get going. So I'm going to bring the bobbin thread up with one stitch, right? And you always want to do that because otherwise you have a big mess underneath. This is your beginning tension. So I'm going to take a few stitches and then cut these threads. Now what I'm going to be showing you here is contour stitching, smooth contour stitching. I am following the contours of the circle and filling in. The nice thing about this thread is that it is a 30 weight thread, and so you've got nice coverage. Now as you can see, I've already done some stitching. I'm using a fuchsia deep pink thread here, and I have an orangey red thread stitched here and here. And so now what I'm going to do, I'm going to raise the presser foot and travel over here, and I can cut what's called a jump stitch later. Now I've stitched some red in here, so I'm going to go in with the pink and get a blending of colors. Now once again, I'm raising my presser foot to travel over to the next area. Now this is a red ring, and I'm going to do some overstitching to decorate it. So this is like a really big zigzag. Okay, so now that I've got my shape, then I'm going to stitch back and forth. Now you will hear the needle making that poundy noise, and that's because I've built up stitches on the fabric, and so the needle just has to go through what actually is more like a tapestry now because of all the stitches. But I'm doing big rough stitches and getting this really great little decoration here. Okay. I've switched threads to a star multicolor. This has green, yellow, orange, and so I'm going to get some really wonderful effects. This is also contour stitch, and when you use a variegated thread like this, you really get a wonderful effect when you do contour. I can stay for a little while with one color in one spot and then move as it changes color, but you can really see the shape that you're stitching when you're using a multicolor like this. So with just a few stitches, you can see the wonderful effects you get. This is filling in a shape with the same shape. And you can see that I wasn't even trying to be perfect, and it turns out so great. And this is a really beautiful, soft, burnt orange. And letting the yellow show through just shows a beautiful effect. I'm going to show you a spiral stitch or a really big French knot. So you can see I'm spiraling all the way in and I'm spiraling out. Now if you do this smaller, it's a French knot, and you can build it up by going back in. You hear that noise? You're really building it up, and then back out. Now the thread I'm using here is a multicolor purple, number 810. And sometimes you have a favorite thread in a group of threads, and this is one of my favorite ones. I love all the purples that are in it. See the wonderful colors? Now this is a very effective fill stitch. It's overlapping ovals. And I have this soft green color. You see that? Background fabric will show through, and it's also very effective to overstitch in the same type of stitching with another color. Because as you can see, the soft green, which allows the background yellow to show through, is a very pretty effect. Also, when you overlap more stitching in one spot, you get a light and a dark effect. For the decorative handle for the Sunny Beach bag, I'm starting with the cotton cording. And what I'm doing is wrapping two threads at the same time to make this pretty little design. So I have my two threads on my thread stand. This is a variegated yellow and a solid yellow. And I'm going to hold the threads against the cording, and I'm going to do a couple of wraps. Okay, and then I'm just going to, see, you just can pull them from the thread stand. And you're going to be wrapping over that loose thread. So now what I'm going to do is cut these threads, and I'm going to cut this thread that I've wrapped over that. I've put the threads through the eye of a tapestry needle, and then I'm going to just pull it through the cotton cording, and there I've got my little bead of thread. I hope you've enjoyed this. I'll see you next time. This is Terry White for Star Cotton.